Hi VC, it's Aaron, Mitha Alamer. Today I am responding to a thread by a friend of mine. He's new in the VC. His name is Craig. And he's been commenting on my videos for quite a while, and he finally started making videos. Very cool. And he needs more subscribers. So everyone go subscribe to him. His channel is called A to Z Music Haven. And he's a really cool guy. Likes a lot of the same music I do. And he put this thread together that said, what band do you have the most records of? So, you know, I have a few records, and my second was Kiss with 45, and that's not including doubles. It's just, but it is including like different versions. Like the first record I have of Kiss has the original, and then the second one without Kiss in Time. And I say Destroyer, I have Destroyer and Destroyer Resurrected. But that's, I have 45 of them, just records, bootlegs, stuff like that. But that was my second place. So my first place was what I'm going to show. And I have somewhere in the 50s, 58 maybe, depending on how you count them, maybe up to 60. But it's kind of an odd one. So I'm going to start with this, and it's the Beatles. And I'll start with this. This is the Beatles Collection. And this is really cool. I got this in an estate sale last summer. And it's all of the Beatles UK versions, which I didn't really have any of. So that was really cool. So I'll pull them out and show you what's in here. And this is where I'll start. And so in this collection, and these are all UK releases, so they have the different tracks than the Americans, which are really cool. And so it's got Please Please Me. And these are all like in near mint condition. It looks like they've been played maybe one time. So very cool. It's going to be a pain in the neck getting these all in here. Okay, so it starts with Please Please Me. Really great record. There's the tracks. And I won't pull every one of them out. And I've got a bunch here, so I'm not going to pull them out all out of the plastic sleeves unless there's something special to show. So there's Please Please Me. And then with the Beatles. I'll take one out or two and just to show you the quality of the vinyl, though. Because they're all, it's just amazing how great of shape this stuff is in. They all look like this, just like they've never been played. Amazing. And I was really lucky to get this set, and I'm really enjoying it. And I didn't really realize how much different the UK releases were than the American. I mean, I knew they were different, but listening to these, I really prefer the UK releases. And then it's got A Hard Day's Night. Another really good one. And the cool thing about the UK releases, the movie ones are all songs instead of the like instrumental passages that the American releases had, and they're better records. And there's the Beatles for Sale. Then we got Help. My buddy Cosmic Brian just did a great version of that song on a video. It was cool. Loved it. Then we got some Rubber Soul, and this has a different track listing than the American release, which is really cool. As well as this one, and this is the UK version has 4 John Lennon songs that aren't on the American release, which is really killer. And there's the tracks there if you need to pause it. Let's see if I can get the glare off it. I don't know, that's kind of hard to see, but that's really cool. I think you can get the CDs of them in America. You can get them now, but the old records didn't have them. So there's Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Great record. And it's got all the inserts in here. Somewhere in here. Yeah, on this side. You know, all these inserts are in here. Most people know what they look like. I'll just show that they're actually in there. And then the self-titled album, which is known as the White Album, of course. And very cool. It's my favorite Beatles record. I love it. It's got all the inserts, the big poster, the 4 pictures, all of it. And then Yellow Submarine. Hey Bulldog, such a great song from that. It's kind of an underrated record. I really like it. Abbey Road, one of the very best records ever made, of course. But what Beatles record wasn't? I mean, they're just so great. Let It Be. And then one more European. And this is the Beatles Rarities. So they didn't have a few records that the American population got, and there was a few here that weren't American releases, which you'll see with my other records as soon as I can get this out of the way. Okay, Now I got that box set out of the way. Put them all back in here. I really love this. Great shape. Really cool to find that used. So I know it goes for a lot of money. I spent a lot, but not even close to what it's worth. Okay, so now I'll start with my other ones. This is Introducing the Beatles, England's #1 vocal group. And to me, I prefer the later Beatles, like from Yesterday and Today, or Rubber Soul era on. But I like all the Beatles. They're all great. And there's the tracks on here. Then we got With the Beatles. That's the same as the one in there. That's one of the only ones that's the same. And Meet the Beatles, which is the American one. Then we've got the Beatles' second album, still in the shrink. This one might even be sealed. Nope, it's not. This is, I think, an 80s press, though. It's not an really old one. Yeah, it's got the rainbow label. So, yeah, I don't want to take them all out of the plastic here. There's too many. But I will take a few out and show you what they look like. Then there's Songs and Pictures of the Fabulous Beatles. This is a really cool one. This one's kind of different. Let's see what this one looks like here. This is on VJ. Cool record. I'm a huge, I grew up there with my first favorite band I had. I've always loved the Beatles. Just amazing songwriters. And then I got Something New. This is cool. This has got the, I'm not going to butcher this. Komm, gib mir dein Hand, which is I Want to Hold Your Hand in German, sung in German. It's pretty cool. I know I butchered that. Sorry, anyone who speaks German. And then A Hard Day's Night. And notice the difference in the cover. This is the US release. And the British release was a blue cover, had a bunch of little pictures, kind of similar to that. And the tracks are different. There's a bunch of instrumentals on here that aren't on the British. Then we've got the Beatles Story. This is a narrative and musical biography of the Beatlemania on 2 long play records. And it's got selections from the records, interviews, and a bunch of stuff like that. It's a double album. And I got this at a yard sale for like $2. Beatles and, double record. And a capital rainbow label. And then I got some Beatles 65. I believe this is the one that's still sealed. Yeah, it's like an 80s pressing, but it's a still sealed version of Beatles 65. Great record. Then I've got the early Beatles. Another really good one. This has some great songs on it. There we go. And very similar cover, but totally different song listing. And it's called the Beatles Greatest. And there's the tracks on this one. Let's see. There we go. Another really good one. Yeah, I think this is I don't know, it's from somewhere in Europe, this pressing. So it's a little different. You can tell the European pressings have the sleeves are a lot flimsier. And this is on a blue EMI Odeon. Yeah, blue EMI Odeon label. Kind of cool. Might be a German pressing. I have it, I'm put in a Discog so I could look it up, but I don't know right off hand if it is for sure. And then here's the Beatle Help. You notice the cover is totally different looking. And the same thing with this one. They put a bunch of instrumental tracks, so it's not a full-length record like the full-length like Beatles compilation record like the other one. And then the Beatles 6. Another great one. This is when they started getting a little more mature. Maybe the album after that, actually. Which is Rubber Soul. And this has a different track listing. It starts with I've Just Seen a Face instead of Drive My Car. Different songs. Both great versions. Both great records. And then Yesterday and Today, which has Drive My Car on this one. Nowhere Man, which is on the, it's all mixed up. This is the US release, so this is a great one, Yesterday and Today. And then the US version of Revolver with less songs. 4 less songs. And then a U.S. pressing of Sgt. Pepper. Of course, that's a great record. We've got one of my very favorites, and I think the UK version was only an EP with just a few of these songs. So this is Magical Mystery Tour, one of my very favorite Beatle records. It's in my top 3. I love this. Really great. And I also have a German pressing of it, which is the same songs, but just a totally different cover. And then I've got some U.S. Yellow Submarine. This is a mono version of the White Album, and it's pretty cool. It's a little different because it opens from the top, where you pull your records out from the top here. So that's kind of cool. Of course, that's my favorite album. I like having both versions. I actually prefer the stereo version because that's the one I'm used to, but it's cool to have the mono version as well, especially when it's different like this, and it sounds great. And then we got some. These are out of order a little, or maybe not. I gave my my niece my other Abbey Road because it's the same as the UK one, but then I got some Let It Be. And Hey Jude, which was never released in the UK. And this is a great album too, very underrated. It's got a lot of great songs on it. Hey Jude, Revolution, Paperback Writer, I Should Have Known Better, Lady Madonna, Can't Buy Me Love, Don't Let Me Down, Ballad of John and Yoko, Rain, and Old Brown Shoe. Great, great record. And then, of course, I've got the Beatles 62 to 66 Red Album. And the Beatles 67 to 70, the Blue Album. And the next one I call the Silver Album. And it's Beatles Rock and Roll Music. That's my unofficial term for it. It's the Silver Album. And this has a lot of the early tracks that weren't on those, and a few later tracks, and there's a few crossover songs from those two, but most of these songs aren't on the other two. There's maybe a handful that are, I'm Down, Revolution, Back in the USSR, Get Back, that might be it. And it's there's the tracks if you can see it. There's the half and the other half. And this is really good. I really like this. And then I've got this one here is Rock and Roll Music Volume 2. So it's half of that record, just as one thing. And this is the this is a cool album here. Great songs. And then I've got the Beatles Real Music. So this is all music from the movies they did. From those 5 movies. And pretty cool. And then I've got this the Beatles Rarities, which is different than the other one, than the UK version. And then the Beatles at the Hollywood Bowl, rare live appearance. They stopped playing live, I think, in '66. The Beatles Love Songs. This is really good, double record. It's got a great big booklet in it. But this is, it's just got some great songs on it. If you're in the mood for like the mellower side of the Beatles, this is really good. It's got, they're just amazing. And it's cool, the booklet that comes in, it's pretty cool. It's this book here. And, it goes through and has all the lyrics and this really large printing like this of all the songs. Really great. Great, nice booklet in there. And really great sound quality to this record too. I like this as one of the better compilations. And then I've got some a collection of Beatles Oldies. This is a very psychedelic cover here. Got some great songs on here too. And I believe somebody told me that this was their first actual compilation record they put out. So that's kind of cool. There's the tracks. And then we got this Silver Beatles, Volume 1. This is from early Beatles stuff. And a couple bootlegs. I've got this U.S. Philadelphia Convention Hall, 2nd of September 1964 live album. And another one here, which is the Australian tour in '64. And then I've got this other bootleg. This is Off the Bone, a collection of meaty Beatles cuts. Right here. And a lot of these are on the anthology records. That's basically what they took that from. And speaking of the anthologies, I am missing one of them, but I have 2 and 3. I don't have the Beatles Anthology 1, but I have 2. And these are triple records. Great stuff. A lot of demos and stuff. And this is from the mid part of their career. I'm missing the early part, but I also have the 3, which is the later part of their career. And it kind of shows on here what kind of stuff, the albums that the stuff is taken from for this. And really cool triple records. And then I've got the Beatles #1s. Great record. 29 songs, all that went to #1 in either the US or the UK. The Beatles Love. This is great. This is a Cirque du Soleil show, and they mixed all these Beatles songs together all strangely, and it's really good. Really love this one. It's very interesting, very different, and I never hear anything like it. It's great. And then my last ones here are the reissues. They just did the Giles Martin reissues. And this is the Sgt. Pepper. And this sounds amazing. It's probably my best sounding Sgt. Pepper. Great sounding. And then this is my favorite one, though. It's a white album with the Escher demos. Or Escher, however you pronounce that. So this is a double album. Got all that on it. And the Escher demos, it just looks like 2 white albums, but the one of them says Escher or Escher, however you pronounce that, demos. And basically what that was when the Beatles made a pilgrimage to India. When they came back, John, Paul, and George all went to George's house in Escher. And in his basement, he had a small recording studio. And acoustically, they recorded like as a rehearsal for the white album. So they got all these, most of the white album, plus some extra songs that appeared on, a couple on Abbey Road, a couple appeared on solo records of them, like Sour Milk Sea, Junk, Child of Nature, which became Jealous Guy from John Lennon, Circles, Mean Mr. Mustard and Polythene Pam, Not Guilty, and What's the New Mary Jane, along with all these white album songs done acoustically, and it's amazing. It's like a new Beatle record. It's so good. I recommend anyone get that. It's just it's like hearing a whole new Beatle record. It's really good. And I also have the Abbey Road, and this one has this is a double record, 4 sides, so it's a double record. It's got a bunch of extra stuff. Great box sets here. And so there we go. That's my Beatles collection. And Kiss was close #2, but Beatles I have a little more of, so I showed them. And all right, everybody, sub to Craig's channel, A to Z. What is it? I forgot the name. I got it written here. I know it's A to Z. Okay. A to Z Musichaven, and he's a really great guy. He's up over about 40 subs now, so everyone try to sub him up. Really great guy, killer channel, and I will talk to everybody later. Have a great day, and rock on.